So let's take a look at this picture that I did of Paige in natural light, and I used the meter in my camera for this. I didn't use my handheld. I was actually standing in the street with a long lens, so I just reached out with my long lens, and I used the spot setting on my meter in my camera. It's always on spot. I rarely change it to any of the other types of metering they have. They have average metering and overall and zone metering and all those things, and those things are fine for photographers who like to use them. It's not my style. I like the spot meter so I can get different readings from different places. So this is a pure natural light situation, and the light is bouncing off of a bright wall behind me across the street and lighting up Paige. Now this is the exposure that my meter told me to shoot when I put the meter on Paige's forehead and on her chin, the spot meter right there. This is the exposure that I got. I overexposed it. In other words, I placed the exposure brighter than the meter told me to do so that I could get this look. I like this better. I've still got detail in the shirt. I've got detail even in the white lace all the way through here, but I've opened up the shadows and her hair a little bit. I can bring the background down easily enough in Photoshop to take it down, but even if it's bright like that, it doesn't bother me. I like the skin tones, the teeth, the hair, the bright colored frock here. All of this shot looks better to me by placing her skin about 2/3 of a stop brighter than what the meter said to shoot it at. Okay? That's what the meter said. I chose this. I placed my exposure brighter than what the meter in the camera said. So you can do all kinds of things if you want with your meter, with understanding and pre-visualizing the image. In other words, I look at my image and I see what I want that image to look like before I start taking the picture. I didn't want this to be dark. I don't like these dark shadows under here and under here. Now, in other photographers may like that, and in previous years of photography that was well accepted and fine, but it's not for me. When I shot chrome, I always overexposed it. When I shoot digital, I always want to get this detail in here because I know I can definitely take it down in Photoshop. I hate bringing it up. So there we go. We've opened everything up and it looks much better to me. You may prefer this, and that's fine. That's just fine. But at least you know what you're getting when you're exposing. Now, had I shot her and metered on her frock here, if this is what I had done on this shirt and said, you know what, I'm going to take the meter reading based on that, then it would have looked more like this. Let's get it all the way down to middle gray. Now we've got a middle gray shirt. We've got a real problem up here. Let's check our readings here. Let's see, 166, 178, 207. Still just a little bit brighter than middle gray, but still, you get the idea. If I had placed this at middle gray, I really would have a problem with the rest of the shot, wouldn't I? And if I had placed it on her hair, I probably would have ended up with something more like this. Bringing her hair up to middle gray and having a real problem all the way around it. So what I did was I put the meter on her forehead right here, and I opened up 2/3 of a stop. I placed the exposure where I wanted to place it. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't. Even though this is a free course, ask questions. We'll keep you apprised and build up a nice knowledge base. So this is using the reflected light meter.